Hello Aquarius, this is your August 16th, 2016 to August 31st, 2016 read. For the main read, I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Pumunla. And for the advice cards, I'm using the Saints and Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Decks have been pre-shuffled, so let's get right into it. I am using a different method currently where I'm letting people see me because I believe it gets the information out a lot easier. So you can see where I'm sitting or standing. Very interesting. Like Libra, I got two cards crowning, different cards, but two cards crowning this whole energy. And while Gemini is an air sign and Aquarius, excuse me, is an air sign and very communicative, definitely a leader in information, I'm getting the King of Pentacles with you at this point, which would make sense because we're going into the Virgo time frame around between the 20th and 22nd. I'm not really sure exactly what date it's going to change. I know it changes depending on the year sometimes. I'm getting that you're going to have that stability, the plans set in motion, a lot of balance, a lot of determination, things going in a certain direction that you've predestined, that you want them to go in. And the Four of Swords reversed, I feel like there's a couple different situations that you're bringing to light. And I think that's what this card is actually saying. You've had some things, like you've been kind of holding back, but you're bringing them forward. That's what I'm getting from this card. So plans that you've set in motion probably a while back, but now you're letting other people know about them. That's the overall feel for this read. As we start this time frame, I got the Three of Swords, and it's divine. Which, the way I'm getting this, I feel like maybe some hurtful words were said. I feel like there was kind of a little sparring match and some hurtful words were said, and there's a little bit of an emotional upheaval. That's where we're starting, and I feel like the person you had this conflict with is kind of holding back and like kind of protecting themselves and not letting you know all the facts or all of how they feel. That's where we're starting out in this time frame, which is interesting because I feel like whatever plans you have going forward, it may not be something the other person or other people involved are really on board with or maybe even want. But it's something you're definitely doing. And as you're bringing these things, and this conversation, if it's not getting that out there in the open, it's starting conversations to prepare people or trying to like get a feel for where they're standing on the situation that you're working with. And I just don't feel like it went exactly like you wanted it to. And again, I feel like some feelings were hurt on both sides. And this person, I feel like they're either holding back on what they know or how they feel. It's going to depend on your situation. I would just be aware of that the other person's not telling you all of the information, and whether it's what they know or what they feel, it's going to affect things going forward. Okay. That being said, I'm going to give you the whole line of the person next to you that's involved in the situation, or the people, because I feel like especially with this version of the Hangman, I feel like it's more defiant. Like I'm feeling like stagnation due to defiance, like not moving forward because, or just kind of holding back, or just like, oh, that didn't happen yet, or I can't do that yet. Like I feel like purposely holding things in limbo just because they're just kind of aggravated. I feel like that's where we're going with this card. But seeming it's a major arcana card, it's a necessary delay, or it's a delay that was going to happen either way. One of the two. Page of Cups reversed. This makes me feel like this person or people are kind of motivated to kind of self-sabotage whatever's going on. Like, I don't feel like they're on board, and I feel like they're kind of moving against. Before we go too far, I want to get out the advice cards just to see what's going on. That one does not belong there. Maybe it does. It does. Okay. Alright. Whatever you're planning, your plans going forward, because I got the King of Pentacles crowning the situation. I feel like it's a good plan. I feel like you may not be cluing people in exactly what you're thinking, though. I don't think you're giving all the information, which is a wise decision, both in the sense of what you want to do and maybe not giving all the information out in the beginning, because I do feel like there's aversion to what you want to do, and not everybody's on board. The wise decision comes up in a couple different ways. I'm feeling like when you get some aversion against this, you're kind of like putting your plans on delay, and it's going to be a little while longer before you put them out there or actually make them happen. When I'm getting the Two Wands for you, I feel like it's a halt of action, which is strange for me because it's really not what I usually get. But for this, I really feel like you're halting action, because I'm getting, right after that, I'm getting another a Wands card, and it's the Knight of Wands reversed, which again makes me feel like halt of action. Like I'm getting the same meaning, like it's popping into me the same way, like halt of action, like you're holding back, you're kind of putting things on delay. It's partly because the people around you are purposely holding back and doing what they can to kind of slow you up, and it's working, unfortunately. And the next card in line is the Nine of Swords. I feel like when I'm seeing you in this position, this person's position, and you're seeing this chaotic whirlwind and birds and kind of like a cyclone above you. Like, it's not hurting you, but it's keeping you from doing what you want. It's almost like having to wait out the storm before you can do anything else. And I feel like by the 31st of August, you're going to be waiting out the storm. One of the reasons you're doing that, and this is what's popping up above it, is a peaceful solution. You're feeling like it's not time to go forward because you don't have the support that you want. I feel like people around you are not supportive. I also feel, though, that you're not exactly putting all the chips on the table, explaining exactly what you want to do, which, again, that's coming through as a wise decision, not only to halt and to hold back and to delay it a little longer, but to take time and rethink it, how you want to go about bringing other people into it. I don't feel like the support is there like it should be yet. One of the reasons it's not, because this comes below the people. This is for the people around you, and what you might not be aware of is they have their own plans. They have their own ideas about what they want to do. So when you start talking about whatever the situation is and your direction about what you're thinking might be a good idea, again, I don't feel like you're putting all your cards on the table, but once you start showing what direction you want to go, I feel they have their own direction, and they want to take it in their own direction, and that's kind of why the adversity is happening. Animals in this one makes me feel like there's things that they care for. It's almost like the pet feel in this makes me feel like it's a pet project for them that they haven't been letting you know about as well. Like, they have an emotional stake in this. I'm feeling like that's what this is. Like, it's something they're caring for, and they feel like it's their project, like it's their baby. Like, that's what they feel like. That's what I'm getting from this. Like, you should be aware that they are feeling like it's their baby, and that they should be making those decisions. They should be choosing which way to go. And I almost feel like it's almost like that's wise. Like, they feel like it should be their decision and not your decision. And they might just be bucking it because of that reason, not because your ideas are bad, but because they want to be the one creating the whole thing from start to finish because they feel like it's their baby. Again, as we go forward, I feel like your stance on it is good. It's a smart decision, and you're starting to give that out. There's a little bit of adversity. But I feel like you're going to hold your plans back. I don't feel like it's completely off the table what you want to do. I do feel, though, that you're going to hold back and, like, wait for the storm to clear and, like, take another shot at it later. I feel like you're postponing when you're going to bring this up again, but I do feel like you will bring it up again in the future. I would keep it in the back of your mind that the reason the people or person, either it's a group of people or it's a person, depending on what your situation is, because I feel like in some situations it's a group of people, that person or they feel, whichever it may be for you, that it's their baby, like it's their project, like they should have control of it, and it's not that they don't believe your way is a good way. They just don't want to listen to your way because they want to feel like they want to create it from scratch. They want it to be their input, start to finish, and they're just kind of bucking you for that reason. Anything else? I think that's good. All right, so that's your read for August 16th, 2016 to August 31st, 2016. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. If you'd like a personal read from me, any video read, just shoot me an email at jamesforastral@gmail.com, James4astral@gmail.com, and I will schedule one for you. Thank you very much.